Hello, hello, hello. It's Carter on a beautiful day in California, and I am very, very lucky today to present to you guys an app that I think is one of the best apps I've seen in a long time, especially one that I can sell the code on. Last weekend, I was down in San Diego at Trey Smith's event, and I met Austin. We were sitting on a panel together, and we chatted a little bit, but when we followed up afterwards, he talked to me about how he was interested in selling some of his code, a few of his apps. And if you know Austin, you understand this. If you don't, Austin is a really, really great guy. He's spoken at TED Talks. He's just like a really stand-up person. He's extremely smart, and he takes pride in his work. And so when he said something like this, there's a huge opportunity for all of you guys, because you get access to a code in an app that not only has been successful, but it's been done by someone who's just a great, successful person themselves. So I think this is really exciting, and I'm really excited about sharing this with you guys. So what I want to do is I'm going to walk through this, and there's a ton of information that is going to happen in the blog post. But for now, I just want to walk you through and show you the ins and outs of this game, or the app, I should say, and just give you a little bit of an idea of what this is. So it's called the Mustache Bash, and maybe you guys have heard of it because it's a pretty popular app. And it's a booth app, a photo booth app. So as you can see, RevMob starts right here at the front, and then it's layered with Playhaven. So Playhaven is the other between the three networks. It's Chartboost, Playhaven, and RevMob, and they kind of account for a large majority of what we're all probably doing these days. The reason Chartboost isn't up there is because they are moving away from non-game apps. And so Austin decided to take it out. The SDK is in there if you want to use it, but he just found a lot better conversion with these two networks. So that's why you see those. So let's just dive right into it. So you get to this opening screen, and you have a few different options. And up top, we'll start there. On the right, you see a More button. And we click that. This is a Playhaven More Games screen. If you don't know it, it's pretty sweet because it's two layers. And I tend to do really well on Playhaven's More Games buttons, almost better than Chartboost in most cases, because you get that double layer and you can customize it on the dashboard. That's cool. So that's already built in. The second piece is this information button over here. And what this does is this gives the user an enormous amount of flexibility to share it on social networks. And I don't know how much you guys know about non-games, especially photo apps or kind of novelty entertainment apps, but the social networks is a huge part of it, because that's how people find out about a lot of these apps. And what happens is that someone will take a funny picture or do something funny, and then they'll send it to their friends on Facebook, and someone else will see it. And that happens a lot more than, hey, I got a new high score on this game that's not super popular, right? So this can add a lot of value to your game very, very easily. And Austin's done a great job at laying this out and really covering all your bases. So not only do you hit Facebook and Twitter and email and texting and all that, you also can review right there, and you can follow the app's page. So for his example, his company's called Bright Newt, so you can follow them on Facebook. And he's just got a few other random spots in here, like the legal. If you want to put your own text in there, you can put credits or however you want to do it. So that's really sweet, and that's all built in right there for you, and it's super easy to customize that. So now we come back and we go down to the bottom and kind of the meat and potatoes of this app. So there's three options, right? So open picture means that it's going to access your camera roll, and you're going to be able to say, like, okay, I'm going to use an existing picture, and maybe you have a friend that you want to tag up. The bottom one is Facebook, so it's going to actually go right through all your Facebook friends. I'm not going to do that right now, just for various reasons. And you can pick a Facebook friend and select their profile picture and use their picture and send it right to them, which is awesome. So the main one is to take the picture, right? So we're going to click on that one, and it pops up in the camera. So what happens is I'm going to turn this around, and I'm actually going to do this for you right now. I had to make a really ridiculous picture, and so I'm going to use that, right? So when you see this, you get your picture, and then boom, it drops right down to the two, some glasses and a mustache. And so when you see this, you're like, oh my gosh, like I look so ridiculous, right? And when you first open the app, because I've used this a few times now, this tutorial will show up, and it'll say, I'll give you instructions on how to use the app, how to customize it, And that's really helpful for a lot of people using it. So that's all built in for you right there. With the glasses, when you touch them, this upper right-hand box helps. You will change the color of it. And then if you tap on the mustache, it's the same deal. You know, change the colors of it. If you want to change, so I want to change the mustache because let's say I feel like being a Mario. I feel like a Mario. It'll be good. That was the horrible accent, by the way. Wow. You can do that and just throw it on there and you're good to go. And you're back up to the glasses, and so there's only one pair of glasses in the free, and then that brings us into the even better part. So there's this huge inventory of stuff you can buy. You can buy all sorts of different. It's my internet connection is not on. That's why. So if you unlock these, you can do an in-app purchase. You can do it all. So right there, just turn back on. The costume pack will work, and you can basically create as many of these as you want. So you can say, okay, well, I've got the comic book pack, and boom, I'm gonna sell them that or whatever. And these add up very, very well. So if people like these and they want to keep using them, you can get really creative on how this can happen. So let's say this is my beautiful masterpiece picture, and I want to send it. So at the top there, you can see that if you share it on Facebook, you get a secret pack. That's built into the game. And then this other thing that says send a postcard is a company called Sincerely Ship. And what that's going to do is actually you print this postcard and send it to someone, and there's commissions based on that, which is pretty cool. So you can actually make money through that. And then at the bottom, there's obviously the social network pieces. So Facebook, Twitter, email, you can save it to your camera. And then what I really like is this fifth one. It says BN. And so that's Austin's company. And BN, so when you click that, what this will do is this actually sends your picture or the user's picture to the developer's an email address, right? And so Austin will get these pictures, and then he can put them on his Facebook page. And then the user will go to that Facebook page and see that picture displayed on there. And then they'll say, like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. And they'll go tell their friends and be like, come check out this Facebook page. And this is such a great idea to drive Facebook fans. Like, I never have heard of this, never thought of this. And it's just awesome. And that's all built in. So you don't even have to think twice about that. Like, that's super, super cool. And that can do a lot for getting new customers, getting your brand set up, getting people excited about your app or your apps or however many you want to do with this. And it's pretty awesome. So that's the, more or less, that's the long and short of it. There's a few other cool things. I'm going to show you this one thing real quick. Whoa. Use. Okay, so you see this in the upper right. There's a red dot with an X, and the color wheel is blocking right now. It wasn't last time, but don't worry about it. When you click that, like let's say you think this ad's super annoying, and you're like, God, I want to get rid of that red X. When you click that, it actually is the remove ads button, which I thought was just like the coolest idea. And I'll show you all the stats in the blog post. And this app has killed it on in-app purchases for what it for an entertainment app. It's awesome. And then at the bottom here, you obviously have your shopping cart, make it super easy to buy whatever you want, and all that good stuff. So that's the long and short of it. I definitely read this blog post because there's so much cool stuff that. Especially with the stats and the amount you have to reskin. And so on that note, what you have to reskin is there's very few files. I mean, you got to do like this, load screen, the icon, a few other buttons, and then just the, like the mustache packs. So you got to create a new thing. So I was thinking about like, it'd be really cool. I would love to do one with like, let's say maybe like, like color paint, like color war, those running things are so big right now. How cool would it be to do like a color run one? Or you could do like Wild Wild West mustache. I don't know, you could do anything, and like all depends on you and on how creative you want to get. But there's a ton of different opportunities you can get. Like a goatee one, that'd be awesome, or beard. I mean anything, right? So anyway, I could go on for days about this. Everything else is just it's pretty much framework, so you don't have to worry about that. And so Austin's actually doing a reskin of this right now, he told me, and it's only taken him about 12 hours to do. and a couple $100. So it's super easy, it's super feasible. And when you see these numbers, you know, I think he said he's gotten over like 600,000 downloads on this. I mean, it's crazy. And so the idea that you can make this back in a very, very short amount of time and then some is, you know, I'll walk you through how that's all going to work. So thanks for taking the time to check this out. I really think that you guys are going to like this one. I looked at the code and everything. It's beautifully built. Austin's an awesome guy, and he's told me, it's like, definitely let them know that I'm here to help, and he will be able to walk you through any questions you have. So we'll go from there, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, see ya.